campaigners demanding an end to new oil and gas drilling, even though they know the government is doing the opposite.
Plastic waste is piling up in the world's landfills, sewer systems, and in the ocean.
In Los Angeles alone, over 70,000 tons of textiles are discarded annually.
As the fabric is being used and worn or even processed, they begin to shed these smaller particles.
Can companies truly be profitable while being environmentally responsible? Business can play an important role in producing goods and services that meet consumer needs and drive economic growth. However, production activities can also create extended effect on people who are not directly involved in transactions, such as populations, traffic congestions, and environmental damage. These effects, not as externalities, are often not reflected in the cost paid business. As a result, market outcomes might become inefficient, leading to market failure. In this presentation, viewers will learn about the concept, business production, and the different costs involved in producing goods and services. They also gain us an understanding of externalities, how they can result in market failures.
A sustainable business model is a business approach that creates profit while protecting the environment and supporting society. It focuses three key elements: profit, people, and also planet. The key characteristics of sustainable business model include efficient use of resources, waste reduction, environmentally friendly practices, and a focus on long-term value creation. Companies are increasingly adopting these models because consumers prefer responsible brands, governments are introducing environmental regulations, and sustainable practices can reduce costs and improve business reputation. As a result, sustainability has become an important strategy for long-term business success.
While sustainable business practices provide environmental benefits, they also come with costs. Many sustainable materials, renewable energy systems, certifications, and ethical supply chain practices are often more expensive than conventional alternatives. Businesses may need to invest in new technologies, redesign production processes, and train employees, which can require significant upfront spending. However, these costs should be viewed as long-term investments rather than short-term expenses. Sustainable practices can reduce energy consumption, lower waste management costs, improve resource efficiency, and generate savings over time. Governments may also provide incentives such as grants and tax credits to encourage businesses to adopt sustainable practices. Therefore, although sustainability can be costly at first, many businesses view it as an investment that supports both environmental responsibility and future access.
Discussing the initial cost of sustainability, it is also important to examine how these practices can contribute to long-term profitability. Although sustainable investments may increase costs in the short run, they can also generate financial benefits over time. And one way sustainability improves profitability is through cost savings. This is where businesses that adopt energy-efficient technologies, reduce waste, as well as use resources more efficiently, they often experience lower operating costs in the long run. These savings can help offset the higher initial investments required to implement sustainable practices. Sustainability can also strengthen a company's reputation and brand image. As consumers become more environmentally conscious, many will prefer to support businesses that demonstrate environmental responsibility. This can also increase customer loyalty and attract new customers, leading to higher sales and revenue. And in some cases, sustainable products can also be sold at premium prices because consumers are willing to pay more for environmentally friendly alternatives. And as a result, these businesses may gain a competitive advantage while maintaining profitability. Therefore, although sustainability may involve higher short-run costs, it can also create long-run benefits through cost reductions, increased demand, stronger customer loyalty, as well as improved profitability.
One company that shows sustainability and profitability can coexist is IKEA.
IKEA. To make wonderful things affordable.
Through initiatives such as the IKEA Way, sustainability became part of IKEA's culture, leadership, and design.
First one would be healthy and sustainable living. This is where our products come in. So we carry hundreds of products that help people reduce waste, energy, water, and more. The second is circular and climate positive. Lastly, fair and inclusive. So we want to employ female co-workers into more male-dominated functions. And
Its democratic design strategy aimed to deliver products that are affordable, good quality, and sustainable at the same time. IKEA also invested heavily in renewable energy, particularly wind farms, sourced sustainable raw materials such as bamboo and wood, and introduced circular initiatives such as the Circular Hub, which they encourage customers to sell and buy secondhand furniture.
You might be interested to hear the retailer is undertaking its own construction project to build a new store packed with environmentally friendly features in Greenwich. Bamboo bowls, sustainable tables, and wild lingonberry muffins meant even breakfast at the site got top marks for its green credential.
So behind me is the site where the new sustainable store is being built. It's specially located to allow as many people as possible to get here via public transport like trains or buses, which are much less emissions intensive than private vehicles.
Although these investments require high-end costs, they generated long-term operational savings in the long term. However, Shein and H&M provide a contrasting example. While both promote sustainability initiatives, their business models still rely on high production volumes, as it is a fast fashion business model, rapid product turnover, and encourages frequent customer purchases. This creates a conflict because sustainability encourages reduced consumption and longer product life cycles, while fast fashion depends on increasing consumption to drive their revenue growth. As a result, both companies have faced criticism over greenwashing, unethical sourcing, and textile waste.
How dare Boohoo take this platform to speak about ethics and industry collaboration when their garment makers are less that are paid £3.50 an hour? Why aren't your garment makers on this panel?
Does it get hotter than this or not?
Last week, 2 weeks ago, when it was at 36 degrees, it was extraordinary.
Several workers told me they'd suffered significant injuries to their feet, knees or shoulders, they claimed caused by the nature of the work. When this happened, they alleged Boohoo managers were unwilling to make allowances.
Therefore, the coexistence of sustainability and profitability depends largely on how well sustainability is integrated into a company's business model. Sustainability and profitability can coexist when businesses integrate sustainability into their long-term strategy rather than treating it as an optional add-on. As consumers become more environmentally conscious, companies can strengthen customer loyalty and enhance brand value and gain competitive advantage by adopting sustainable practices. Sustainability can also improve operational efficiency through renewable energy, waste reduction, and innovation, while reducing reputational risk and attracting SDG-focused investors. However, achieving both goals is not always easy, as sustainable technologies and ethical sourcing often involve high upfront costs, and some firms risk accusations of greenwashing and as if their actions are not genuine. Ultimately, whether or not sustainability and profitability can coexist depends on a company's business model. When sustainability is embedded into the core operations and supported by long-term planning and innovation, it can create both environmental and financial value.